but they do have them at Canadian Michaels. They're $12 and they're 50% off. So they were $6, less another 20% off because it was a Labor Day sale. So, and if you've ever Googled or searched for cross wreaths, they're not cheap. So these are perfect for a funeral, to send to a grieving family because, then it, won't die or anything. You could even use fresh flowers on our boards. But these are great. If you use, they actually have waterproof ones at Michael's. So they're silk flowers or whatever, but they're actually waterproof. So you can make a whole floral cross with waterproof flowers and put them at a grave site. But crosses are good everywhere. So when I get my bush and I separate them, what I like to do, now normally Michael's, they're not too bad. They don't pop off very much, the heads of the things, but I just like to, that's why I put my wax paper down in case there's any glue. I just hit it with just a little dab of glue right where the wire and the little nub is. And I do this just over top of a wax paper, just so when I'm making the wreath, or if they're fussing with the wreath and everything, the customer, the flowers won't pop off, and I'll be sure, and I know they won't pop off because I've actually glued them. Now I don't know, there's a lot of people that do this, but for peace of mind, it takes 2 seconds, especially doing it like this, just in your hand and separating them. What the heck's going on with my glue gun? And you just have to put a dab, just a little dab will do it. So I push them up. I don't glue the leaves because the leaves they don't pop off, because once the flower is glued onto the stem, the leave's not going to pop off. Okay, and then you can do the same with the other side. And it doesn't take long, but it's something I think you should do just for peace of mind. So wherever your customer puts it, at least the flowers any of the flower things are not going to fall off the stem. Okay, so I'm not going to continue with that, but by the time you're done, everything will be dry, and now you're going to take just wire cutters, and these are not thick at all, these stems, so you can just snip them with your wire cutters. You don't need a stem cutter or anything. And I push the leaves up, and then I cut it. It's got about 1.5 inches of stem. I'd rather have more stem and then trim it than have it be too short, then you're pretty much SOL. Okay, and then we'll do this one. And then I have my little baskets here. I'm almost done. I've actually cut enough already. I'll just put this to the side. Okay, and now I separate them. So I put the flowers in one little basket. So now I just grab and go. Another flower. And then this little basket has all the little sprig things. Hi, Marinelle. What a neat name. Okay. So, our flowers are ready to go and prepped and glued. And I know they're not going to pop off. Now, I didn't glue all of them beforehand. I'm going to get rid of this. I don't need any more glue anymore. Okay. Now, the mesh. I'm not going to be putting mesh in every single piece. And I didn't want a big, bulky piece of mesh. So I created these little petals. And the way I did this is we're going to cut you're going to take a 10-inch roll of mesh, okay? I just roll it out, and we're going to cut it at 6 inches. I know that sounds really funny, but you don't need more than 6 inches. I promise. What's that? No, they can still see. So I'm just cutting 6 inches. So 6, 12, 18, and 24. Okay. So you are going to need, what did I say? 18 pieces of this at 6 inches. So, yeah, of course, one roll of mesh is going to make quite a few of these if you needed to. I know, and you've probably never, what is she going to do with that little piece of mesh? Wait and see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make these. So, now I'm using, hold on, let me get my Mickey. And I've been practicing more with my gun. I got my little elastics here. Yeah, Suzanne, but mine too. I have to keep tapping the screen to get it to come on. Okay, so I'm going to make this, and I made a few of them. They're just a little smaller than the normal, like, sunflower petal. But it's going behind the flowers, so I didn't need a big, huge thing. So to make a little small one, now you can probably go to the board, hun. I'll see you guys in a minute. Oh, so it's not just me. Arr.
Did you ever try Googling it to find out?
No, I didn't. No, go plug it in. Go recharge. Did you go down to the board?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay, so you got a 6-inch piece by 10 inches. Okay, and what you're going to do is your curl side. What?
I guess you could use 6-inch mesh and roll it up to 10 inches, couldn't you?
Yeah, you can do that too. Good thinking. Did somebody tell you that?
No, she had said she's got a ton of 6-inch mesh.
Well, there you go. I'm going to show you how to make a little petal.
Did you get a new rotary cutter?
Oh, I have a few of these kicking around. I love Amazon. You know, if I lose one and then I'll go and order a couple from Amazon, and then I'll find the one again. So I always have.
She shops at night, so she gets stuff in the morning, but she never knows what she orders.
It's like Christmas morning. I love Amazon. I love when the dogs start barking and I get a package, and Dave always gives me the same look, like, oh God, you were on Amazon again. I'm on Amazon every day. Anyways, okay, so your curl is going to go down towards your mat, and what you're going to do is you're going to start the bottom, so we're not even starting at the corner, okay? We're going to start about, say if this is halfway, just before the halfway, and what you're going to do is we're just going to go diagonal scrunching up this way. See that? I'll do that again because that was just so quick. So we're just kind of pinching, not quite at the halfway. So if I were to measure, put this on the 20 and the 10. Okay, so it's about the 14. And I'm going to about the 16. Just kind of on an angle, just like that. And I'm going to flip it up, like I always do. Now, at this point, you can even, because I did some of them that it looked like one petal, and I did some of them that the petal's more open. It's your own preference. This one's a little bit more open. But I'm just going to make sure they're even. Now, if you want petal over petal, you're going to take the corner, bring it to the other corner, and match them up. Kind of pull it. But it has to be over top. There you go. Petal. Now I take my little elastic. These are the little hair elastics from Dollar Tree. You get like 500 for $1. And just put an elastic around the bottom. And there we go. So there's how you can make a petal using 6-inch mesh. Or 10-inch mesh cut into 6 inches. There we go. Let's do that again. So we need, what did I say again? 18 of these. And this is just going to be like almost like a backdrop, and I'll show you in a sec because it's so pretty. Wait till you see. Again, I'm just going to go start. If you put it, like I said, if you put it on the 20, I'm starting around 14 and going just diagonal to around 16. And as you scrunch up towards the angle there, it just forms that little petal already. Okay, and then now I'm going to bring it up. Now we can match up the two corners. Just like that. But I want mine just a little bit separated. I don't want a full, my petal to look like just one petal. I want them to look like two petals, like the two. Everybody's having problems with Facebook these days. What the heck? You're welcome, Marinelle. Okay, we'll do one more. Okay? So if you have your 6-inch mesh, cut it at 10 inches, so it'll be the same. Okay, and you're just going to start, you don't have to measure it. You're just going to go a little bit diagonal, just like this. So from here, and it just kind of automatically makes a petal. Then I flip it. Now if I wanted to do this right over top of each other, I'm going to take this corner and kind of wrap it. And we can form it. Now I didn't wood burn this or bag seal it, which I should have, but you're only going to see the tips of the mesh sticking out, so. But there you go. If you want like one petal, you can do one petal. But I would highly suggest wood burning it or whatever because it frays like nobody's business. Okay, so there you go. But I want mine a little bit separate. Okay, so we need 18 of these. So I got a whole bunch of them. I'm actually going to put them down and put something heavy on top of them so they're not curling so much. And then I will get my cross frame. Now, like I said, I've done half of it already, so I'm going to, because the whole thing is done the same. So there's no sense in you watching me. There we go. Okay. Don't need the elastics. Need a drink of Mickey water.
Babe, we're rich.
Why are we rich?
Oh, I just got an email. This guy, he needs me to claim his $6.2 million. I'll get half of it just for letting them deposit in their bank.
$6.2 million?
I'll get half of it just for letting them deposit it in their bank.
Wow.
I can't go wrong with that, can I?
No. Okay, so here we go. So I've done the top and one side. I'm going to shift these around. Now I didn't move anything around yet, but look how pretty. Isn't that pretty? Just very simple, and we're going to put a big, like, bow. Yeah, so it's very, very easy. So this is what we're going to do. It goes from row 1, I'll show you the back. This is row 1 to 12. Okay. I put on each end, there's going to be a petal and a flower and one of these little sticky things. Okay. So we're going 2, then 1. So this row, this one right here, is only having a petal. It's just kind of like a filler. Because if you do every row with flowers, you're wasting your flowers, because then it'll just be all bunched and you won't be able to see all the flowers. So you just want a kind of a little filler in between the rows, okay? And then I did it the same going this way. So I started, the outside one has a petal, a polyjute petal, and a flower and a stem. Then it's just a petal, and then just a flower and a stem. There is no mesh in here, okay? And then when I got to these inside ones, it's going to make like a box. There is a flower, and just a petal. Flower, flower, just a petal. Now, we're going to do all this so you can actually see. I just want to explain kind of, and then like really confuse you guys all. Okay, so this A to whatever, you're going to preload your zip tie closed. Okay, so we're going to put 2 on row A. So this hole to this hole and this hole to this hole. The next row, is only going to have this hole to this hole. Okay? You with me there still? This row is going to have 2. And the only row that has all 3 are the rows that are towards the center. Now I'm going to move all these leaves back towards that. So this is going to have this hole to this hole. Okay. And then it's going to have a shared hole. So this hole, it's already got a zip tie, but that's okay, to this hole. And then another shared, this hole to this hole. And that's the only row that you do this on, is these inside rows. Okay, and then we'll take care of the center after the whole thing's complete. So I've already done the bottom. So we did 3. Then these have 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? And the same was up here. 2, 1, 2, 3. 2, 1, 2, 3. So just the inside of the cross row has the 3. So you on the back, if you want to screenshot this, hopefully you can see it. You can see by the back. So 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Okay? We all good? You with me? All right. So let's start from the bottom. So when I do the cross, I start from the top and work down the holes. So when I started here and went down. And you want to make sure your flowers are facing upwards in your picks. Okay, so they're all going this way. So you put your mesh or your flowers or whatever you're working with on the cross going towards the way, you don't want the flowers going inwards because you want them going outwards. Okay, and then going down, they're going to actually go down. I feel like I'm just mumbling here. Anyways, all right. I'm going to start from the bottom. Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to start from the bottom, and you're going to do all of this exactly the same way, except the angles are going different, right? So the flowers going this way, flowers are going this way, the flowers will be going this way, and then the flowers are going to be going down because that's the bottom of the cross. So this, I'm going to start putting my mesh in the single ones. So this single one, it's just a filler. So the petal I just showed you guys, you're going to stick the end of it through this preloaded zip tie right to the line above it. Okay? So So stick the tail right in there. Now you're really not going to see this. Like I said, this piece of mesh is really just a filler. So you don't have to use so much flowers, because the flowers are the expensive part. But you can't tell that I didn't stuff it full of flowers up here. And I haven't even moved them around yet. So we're going to put that one in, and I'm going to put this one in. So you're just going to put it up the center here. So the folded end is going right to the next line, or the next number, which is number 8. Okay, now we got one. Actually, this one's a good one for the. And now this one is going down the center as well. So you might have to move your other ones just to the side. Stick it in till it hits the next line there. Look at me go with the zip tie gun. Bam! Bam, that's for you, monkey. Bam! And one more in the center, and that's the one where it's got 3. It's just getting a piece of mesh. Okay, now these are just fillers. You really don't see these mesh, but it just helps. It helps fill up the board, and it helps not having to use so much flowers. Okay, so I think I'll do, while I'm already doing this, I'm going to start on this side. So I'm going to fill up the centers here as well. 1. You only need 2 here. Oh. I must say I'm really liking this gun. Okay, we're good. So our mesh centers, our fillers are done. Now we're going to still work on the bottom. We're going to work on these outside. So these 2 holes are going to have a piece of mesh where it's, I want a nice one, because you do see, here's a nice one. You do see the tips of the mesh, just as you can see right here. You guys see that? So it's kind of just framing the cross. So you want to make sure that those ones are, you know, nice looking. Why am I not seeing any comments? Anyways.
Nobody's commenting.
Oh, okay. Everybody's listening intensely. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a piece of mesh ready. I think it was this one. We are going to take a flower and one of these stem things. Okay. And what I was doing is the stem, these lavender looking things, are always going on the outside, and the flower. So this is how I'm doing the lavender thing, and then the flower. Kind of put the leaves towards the back. Okay, and the lavender thing is going to go towards the outside of the board. So I'm going to put this in. And that's why it's good to elastic them, because they're easier to, you know, stick in. So stick it in. Then you're going to put your lavender piece in. And, oh, this little one came off. Oh, these. The lavender is on the outside, the flower right beside it. Our petal is stuck into the next line, and zip it up. Okay, and then you can move the green. You want to make sure that this mesh that's our filler down the center is underneath the flower. And this one that we just put in is just a little bit separated at the corner here. Okay, that's it. And now I am going to hit that right across with some hot glue. So if somebody grabs the wreath or if it falls and they go to grab it just by the mesh or whatever, it's not going to pop out of the zip tie. Okay? And now we're going to do the same on this hole. So we're going to take, I want a nice piece. This one's good. So I'm going to take mesh, flower stem, lavender stem, put that in. So we're putting the mesh in. Now I'll just touch that hot glue. So we're putting the mesh in. So I see how it's just a little bit separated here. It looks really pretty because it accentuates the corner of the cross. You're going to take your flower stem, stick that in. Take your lavender stem, stick that in. Now, like I said, I have the lavender on the outside and the flowers in the center, and zip that up. Okay. We're going to put some glue right across. And that's it. That's that row. Now this row right here doesn't need anything because when we do this, the flowers in this row, it's going to cover this. Now you don't need to put any more mesh in any of these. So the mesh is just running up the center as a filler, and the only time it comes out the ends is at the end of the cross. So these two will have mesh, these two have mesh, these two will have mesh, and these two will have mesh, and then the rest are just running down the center of the cross. You don't really see that mesh, but you don't see the board either, and if you do see through the flowers, all you see is that pretty poly burlap. And then once we're finished this all, we can start rearranging and maybe pushing the leaves more to the back, bringing the flowers more to the front. And that's it. That's all there is to it. So okay, we'll do this again. Flower stem, lavender. Okay. So I'm putting the lavender piece. You'll be able to see better here. So I'm not putting any mesh here, but I am putting the lavender piece on the outside, the flower stem. Now when you put them in, you want to make sure that it's covering up this space here. And you don't want to stick it right down there because you'll see the board. So, because these flowers will cover this, these flowers will cover this, as long as you put it in, if you don't put it in too far. Okay, zip it up, and you can adjust. So I'll put bend it, so I'll put the heather out, or the lavender. There's our flower. Can't see the board. I'm going to zip it up tight, and then I'm going to glue it. We don't want anything coming out. And then you just, that one slid out. There we go. And then just put hot glue right across that. 3.5. 3.5 will do the whole cross. Okay, now we'll do the other side. Exact same thing. Take these little hangy ones keep popping off. Okay, so again, turn it this way so you can see. So you see how the flowers are going downwards? These flowers are going upwards, these flowers are going this way, and these flowers will go this way. So I'm going to put the lavender in, put the flower in, Zip it up. Now you still have room to move it around. Make sure it's at the right distance, that it's not, you don't see the board. But you see how if you did every row with flowers, it would be way too much flowers, and you totally will waste your flowers. But it's still nice and full, because once this is finished, we're going to go and kind of pull out the lavender ones to the sides and stuff, and move the leaves to the back. And these are like right in there. So once this is in the place that you want it, zip it up tight. Okay, and then don't forget to hit it with just a hot glue going across, just like that. Not going to see the hot glue, but I know that stem of flowers is not coming out of there. Okay, so this row has nothing, and then we're going to do this row. So again, some flowers. Okay, I have to go out and come back in, because I'm just not seeing everybody's thing. There we go. Now I can easily read everybody. I know it's going to be so pretty, Elizabeth. I just wanted it simple. I love simple. I really, really love simple. But it's going to be simply elegant. Okay. These look like they're a little bit too long, these stems. Like I said, better too long than too short, because you can cut them down. So, stick in your lavender, your flower, zip it up, make sure you would almost think I was a floral designer, wouldn't you? Okay, we're good. Cut it, glue it, good to go. I'm going to go right here now, same thing. So that's why I pre-did half the board, because it's very simple. That is, it's got a lot of things on here. We go. It's just putting the flowers in and putting some mesh in. So flower, lavender, do it up before you commit. Make sure they're in the right spot, and we will adjust everything after the wreath is done. Okay, once it's, make sure you don't see the board, cut it and glue it to the board. Isn't this pretty? Yes, this is all for Michael's. Michael's, they are 50% off their fall bushes. This bush, really, I just really loved it. This muted purple, I loved it with the sage green. As soon as I seen it, I knew I wanted to make a cross with it. All right, so we skip here. Now we're going to put the same thing. So it's really easy. So we're going to put our lavender, our flower, zip it up. Now once it's glued, we're going to kind of bend these. We'll be able to kind of angle these lavender towards the outside and the flowers more towards the center. And glue. Don't forget to glue, because they can slip out really easy, and you don't want that happening. So you can see why I just use little pieces of deco mesh for filler, because you really don't see what's going up the middle. But should you be able to see the board, at least, like when you look through, all you're going to see is mesh, and you're not wasting any flowers. No, it's just a poly jute mesh. It's just like a burlap color. Okay, so flower, lavender, Some of these have a lot of leaves on them. You might have to take some. Don't throw them away because you might be able to use them somewhere else. You could even bend, if you just bend it just slightly like that, it slips into the zip tie nicely and it kind of gives it more of a 3D look. What, honey? Yeah, I got mine on Amazon. I think everybody gets theirs on Amazon. I don't even know if they have a name brand. I got two.
Just type in zip tie gun.
Yeah, just type in cable tie gun or zip tie gun. At first, everybody was using them and I was too scared. But I wanted to be a cool kid. So Dave bought me one and he bought me the wrong one.
That's just not even wrong. We just couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out the other one.
Not that it was wrong. It's just
So then I went and got the one everybody else uses and I finally figured it out. There we go. I don't think this one is tight enough here. All right, glue it. Make sure you glue it so it stays in place. That one really didn't zip tie it very good, so. These little hanging ones, there's a three flowers that keeps popping off. Oh, can't even tell. All right, now we're gonna put same thing.
Yep, she's a cool kid now.
I'm a cool kid. I'm always a cool kid. Like, come on. I was like so cool in high school. Even ask my best friend because she hated me so much because I was just so cool. She's probably watching too. Here's that
I
flower.
was too, but high school was a long
You
time
were not
ago.
a cool kid. You were probably a dork.
No, I was a cool kid, but high school was an awful long time ago.
I remember high school vividly.
Well, I remember it. It's
I was
a long
so
time ago.
cool. I loved high school. It was so much fun. Oh, good. Jen's a cool kid too. Except we're all cool, but and a little bit of a misfit. I know I'm a misfit too. So I'm cool plus a misfit. So that makes me. This has got. These leaves are just like, some of these are just huge. Take some of that off. You're not a cool kid, honey.
I always was.
No.
I was very popular in high school.
I see pictures of you. You were really cute in high school. You looked like Eddie Van Halen. You really did. I've seen his yearbook pictures.
I had the 70s hair.
Yeah. Did you have a mullet?
No. No.
No mullet?
No mullet.
I can picture you with a mullet.
Oh,
I am skipping every other hole on the board, except for when I get closer to the... I'll flip the board over again so you guys can see. As soon as I'm done this. A little bit long.
I was at Michael's just this Monday. Couldn't get to the flower aisle. I was going back for Halloween aisle and I was broke.
Yeah, they have some really pretty stuff. I don't know why this purple just really stuck out to me. I'm not a purple. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of purple. Pink's my color. But I really love this muted purpley grayish color.
That's what Lori thinks I look like Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, he did. When he was younger, he looked like Eddie Van Halen. I missed the zip tie totally. Duh. So if you missed the zip tie and you already do it up, just slip it under. I don't know how I did that, but I did. And glue. We're almost done. The fun stuff. Gosh, this is pretty. And we'll move everything around. Some of these leaves are, like I said, are really big. But they're such a pretty color, sage green. I don't know if you guys can really see it. Rita. I get mine. I sell them. They're the best ones you can get. Honestly. I get them right from a cable tie manufacturer, and none of mine break. And they're 10-year warranty, so they won't break down in the sun and stuff. A lot of people get them at Amazon. I think it's a hit and miss with Amazon zip ties. Some people get them at Harbor Freight, which I wouldn't trust zip ties from Harbor Freight. I don't know where else. Anybody help me here? Where else does everybody get them? I'm trying to have to do this upside down so you guys can see. Even though the flowers are glued in, can you get them back out to reuse the board? Well, I use Gorilla Glue, so you can try and yank them out. Like, you can snip off all the zip ties on the back, and they'll probably peel off. So you can, yeah, I would say, yeah, probably. Okay, so now these corner ones, we're actually going to put a petal because we want it going towards the outside. Okay, hopefully you guys can see what I'm doing. So, and I'm taking a flower and a lavender. That's not bad. 1,000 for 15 bucks. I use 2 different manufacturers. One zip tie manufacturer is here in Canada, and one is in the States. And I pretty much, if one manufacturer doesn't have it, so if I buy all of them from the Canadian one, the next one I'll buy all of them from the American one. And the 2, I think the Canadian ones, when I buy them, they're like 6.5 inches, and the American ones are 8 inches. As long as they're 18 pounds, and I would say over 4 inches, you're pretty, that's pretty much what you need. It has to be 18 pound. I would not use like 40 pound. They're just too thick. All right, I'll zip that. Sorry, I'm doing this upside down for you guys, so a little awkward. Glue across it. Now, if you do want to take it apart, you might not want to use Gorilla Glue. You might just want to use a cheaper brand glue, because Gorilla Glue is pretty good stuff. All right, I'll take another petal. Okay, and that's going in. Flower. So as you see, the whole time the lavender's always been going towards the outside, because I'm going to kind of push them all going towards the outside. Come on. Add in. Add in. Zip it. Okay, guys, I can't do it. I gotta it's too much stretching. I'll have to turn it. I was trying to do it upside down, but it's stretching for me. He's killing my back. Okay, so we got 2 more here. We're almost done. And then it's that time where I have to make a bow. Menards? I don't know what a Menards is. I thought you said, oh my God. I thought it said, oh my God, I just took a crap. Did you read Suzanne's?
No.
I was reading it really fast and it says, oh my God, I just took a crap, but it was, oh my God, my iPad took a crap. That was funny.
You know what? For some reason, I don't always see all of Suzanne's comments.
Maybe she blocked you.
No, because I see them occasionally. Maybe she blocks the ones that she doesn't want me to see.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe she's
See, everybody else thought she took a crap too, because they're all laughing. Oh, you're so funny. You're so funny. All right, let's glue her up.
Because all I see is I have a backup, but it's dead. See, I didn't see.
She would never block you, Dave. You're her bestest friend in the wide world.
I just. See, I would never block you, Dave.
Did you see it?
Yeah, thanks, Suzanne.
See, she didn't block you. You wouldn't have been able to see that. Okay, 2 more. 2 more. 1 more. Barbara Wilkins. I have to cut some more. I didn't cut enough of these. How many more do I need? 2 more. 2 more. These are going to be very popular very soon for Remembrance Day, and of course for Christmas. Actually, crosses are good for any time. Okay. Heather, or why do I keep calling it Heather? Lavender. You still haven't used it. I love the cross. It's so pretty.
Monkey's just afraid if he touches it, she'll start to burn.
Oh, bam! Are you calling her the devil?
No, not at all. I'm just saying.
That was a burn. Did you hear that, Monk? That's like if I went... Is that like if you go into a church, the church will burn or something?
Oh, okay, oh, look at that.
Oh, you got bam, 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 bam! You got a whole bunch of monkey bams. All right, we're done. Woo-hoo. That wasn't so bad. All right, so now we got a center. What do you guys think so far? Oh, I didn't put my hanger on yet. These extra leaves. Now I'll save these and they'll be kicking around for years and then I'll use them.
I'll see him soon. I don't know whether to take that as a good tidings or a threat. I don't know.
Look how pretty. Oh my gosh. It looks exactly like I thought it would be in my head. I gotta stand for a second. I know, it is so pretty. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of tuck the leaves in. I don't have to really do this right now, but more of the, make sure none of the flowers are in behind any green leaves. Because there's a lot. I probably should have took some of these green leaves off. There's a lot, but I love the color of the sage green.
Dave needs a microphone. It's hard to hear his pearls of wisdom.
Okay, So in the center, what I'm going to do, I am just putting a simple bow, but I don't want to make a huge, huge bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to preload. There's 4 holes in the center. I'm going to put some zip ties. And now when I flip it over, you'll be able to see better. I'm just going to put 4 ruffles in here. And it's going to be like almost like a nesting for my bow. So I'm going to be using these. So these are those 6-inch pieces. Move this over so you can see. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scrunch it right up the top. And instead of making a petal, now you could probably just make a petal too if you want. I just want a little bit of a ruffle because there is going to be a bow there.
Barbara just killing it.
17. Holy man, Barbara. Good for you, girl. Go. Okay, so I need 4 of these. You work it, Barbara. Good for you. So, these are still those 6-inch pieces. I'm just making 4 little ruffles. And then I'm going to make a bow. Now you don't have to put the ruffles. You can put more flowers there if you want. Or you can put petal formations. I just want to kind of make it like almost like a nesting for my, I don't know if nest is the right word, but that's what it kind of reminds me for my bow. I like to elastic. They're just easier to stick them in the zip ties when they have the elastic on them. Okay, so there's 4. Okay, so I'm going to do.
Triangle boards yesterday.
Very good. All right, so I'm going to stick this one into my zip tie. No, I didn't. I wish I did. Okay, there's 1. I have to cut this nub off. A little bit long. Okay, and zip tie this one. It's going to go that way. So I'm just taking it and just shoving it in. And you can put it in as far into the center as you want. I just want a little bit of a ruffle here, and then I'm going to put 1 here, and then my nice bow is going to go. All right, now I'm going to go from, so right now I've done here to here, so these 2. Now I'm going to go across this way with my zip ties. I think I'm getting sick. Wally was sick when we went away. Bubba was sick today. I can't get sick. I'm having surgery on Monday. I can't postpone it because I'm sick. So I'm trying to squeeze in as many lives as I can, because then having a small procedure Monday, and then Thursday I leave for Rochester, and I'm back Sunday, and then Wednesday am I leaving for Kentucky?
Yeah.
Leaving for Kentucky next week too. Busy, busy, busy.
Rochester.
And they have an at-home store there. Woo! Alright, one more. Oh, it's not a big deal, guys. Just a little thing. They call it a surgery because I have to have anesthesia and everything, so. But I will be just fine. Okay. Now it's the bow time. Oh boy. Now I'm not going to bore you guys with moving the leaves to the back to make sure that the flowers are at the front. But I would do that for the whole thing. So I'll go this way, and just make sure you can't see the board and that the flowers are all nice, and you can now start sticking your lavender out a little bit. Okay, it's bow time, not go time. Bow time. Okay, let's put this to the side. It is easy. He won't spoil me. I'll have to come home and do laundry and cook dinner.
Don't even.
No, he won't even leave. I told him, drop me off. And then, 3 hours later, when I can go, come back and get me. No. He's got to stay there. I'm like, what a waste of time. Okay. Let's put this to the side. Bow time. I am going to use my Pro Bow today. What's that? That wasn't hard, Suzanne. Was it? Get some pretty flowers and you're good to go. So I'm using this Deco mesh ribbon. Who's a liar, pants on fire? Me? Oh, thanks for the vote of confidence. Wait till I go to Texas, Missy. Mm-hmm. Oh, Lord. Y'all, here we go. Yeah. You know, that's because I'm going to make a bow. You wait. So I want a long...
Reason number 587 why I love you, Dave. 587? You mean there's that many? Wow.
Okay. So I'm using my Pro Bow.
She just loves me because I'm fun to hang out with.
I know. And you're cute. So I am doing my inside loops on row B, and then I'm doing 3 on row C. But I'm going to do 2. No. Hold on. What was that? I feel like I'm playing that peg game at Cracker Barrel. I had this peg game at Cracker Barrel. You have to jump over and have, only one peg.
Wow, where do I purchase the crossword in the States?
They're everywhere. You can vote on Amazon. We have them on Amazon. We have them on unitycreek.com. Craft Outlet has been sent a bunch, so I don't know if they have them on their website yet, but they're there. Oops. And I'm not sure if there's any on Etsy. Who else has them? Oh, Trendy Tree has some. Does Scott have Cross? Did we have Cross when we went to Crafters Convention? I don't think so. No. So, but Amazon has them.
Or you can order from us.
Or yeah, or you can order them from us. We got lots. So I'm just going, I don't know, I'm making a loopy bow. Because there's this ribbon, it is deco mesh, but it is like very see-through too.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks, Molly.
What?
Look in the files in Wreathing.
Oh yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, Nancy has a nice list.
Should remember that and just direct people to there.
I know, because I never remember.
I never remember too.
And Michael's won't have them yet. They may not have them. I don't know when they're going to have them. Should I do one more loop? Yeah, why not? Oops. Bam, Michelle. Boom. You see that? Feel the burn? I don't know. Because Michelle, she didn't have faith in me. Actually, the Pro Bow was pretty easy. The only thing is it's bulky.
It's not finished yet, so I don't get too.
It's almost finished.
Dang, you're flying.
My device storage is full. Because I'm not using all kinds of different colors. Now I'm making my tail long, so I might have to order more. I think this is my last roll. I'm going to put a pipe cleaner, I think. Oh no, I'll do a zip tie. I'll put a zip tie in the back. And then I tighten this up. Move it off. I am getting bow better. Did you get that? I'm bow better. Why? Now I'll probably fluff this on the board. Not really any much to fluff. Look how pretty. I love this stuff. But I only love it in the jute. All the other colors I don't really like. I hope I did enough loops. Alright. They're across. And I am going to be putting the zip tie between these two holes here. I know there's a zip tie already there, but we're going to use a shared hole. Come on. Seriously, Laura. Wait, if I put my glasses on, I'll be able to see. Oh, there it is. Oh my God. It's like threading a needle. You can't see.
Daddy never made us one. Inquiring minds wants to know if we can make one.
Make what? I told him he needs to make a wreath. I'm going to make such a cool wreath soon whenever I can get time. I got Deb Berry bought us the coolest sign. Maybe I'll post the sign and see if anybody can guess what I'm going to make. It's going to be on.
Obviously, if you post a sign, people are going to know.
Not really.
You could see that.
I still can't see the hole. What the heck am I doing here? Suzanne, what you doing?
That's what she said.
I got it. Okay, I'm not going to do it totally up. Okay.
Cable tie gun.
Cable tie gun. Zip tie gun.
Show's on that. She's been quiet. I haven't seen anything.
She's on?
She's on. God,
She must have just came on.
No, she was on earlier. I seen her. She came on, but I never seen her talk.
Why is she quiet?
I don't know.
Are you angry, girl?
Everything okay?
You make us worry when you're quiet. All right. And Brenda Reeves, she watched me struggle curling my tails.
Somebody wants to buy this one. I want you to walk for this reason.
Oh, I don't know.
Lisa, just message her.
I hate pricing wreaths.
Tell her to message her.
I know, I have to.
Tell her. I can't say the word.
I did for those ones that were buying the Mickey and the fall one the other day. I did bring it to the office warehouse. They're just seeing how much the shipping is going to be. I'll have to figure it out.
Tell her to message her.
Okay.
I can't say the word. Can you say it?
Messenger.
Oh
Oh my gosh, this is pretty.
Lisa, just message her.
Okay, obviously the tails are too long. But Brenda Reeves showed me a thing. What? You're taking care of it. Now, this already curls. But if you take a paint bottle or a pen or whatever and you go around and kind of overlap it. Brenda showed me today. Am I doing it right, Brenda? But it already curls when you use the deco. And that's too long, though. I'm getting sick. I'm going to get that lolly. And should start. Oh, sorry, Brenda. It curls by itself, anyways. It's not like the wired mesh. Let's see. Bam! That's for you, monkey. Bam! Actually, look how pretty. Isn't that pretty? So simple. I love it. Now, I'm going to have to... Can you bring the camera up, honey? Oh, she didn't have any sound. Facebook is being really weird.
No, I can't bring it up on the wall for it's dressing.
Oh. Okay. Apparently I have to do some work and move the camera myself. So I will, like I said, I'm not going to bore you, but I'm going to move the leaves to the back, make sure the flowers are to the front, move the little lavenders out a little so they stick out the side, and I'm going to move the camera up.
There you go, right there.
Right there?
Yeah.
When I get my supplies in, it's going to be a kit. So I'm just waiting, and then I'll teach you guys what it is. Okay. Oh, I didn't put my hanging thing on. Hold on. So I'm just going to go through this hole. And then this one. And then zip tie it. Easy peasy. Now, I'm going to cut the zip tie off here for my bow. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue to keep that zip tie down. Move my booby ghost. I love this booby ghost. Do you guys love the booby ghost? Did you guys see this on the tree board or the triangle board? How cute is that? Envy Inspirations. I love her. She's got no more left, but my Cancer ghost for October. Oh, listen to all the groans. Okay. Wow. Oh my gosh, this is pretty. I hope you guys can see how pretty this is too.
We can't.
Yeah, well, wait till my head moves. Oh, I just love this purple and sage color. I wonder if I should just stick a thing right here and it'll stay. Okay, hold on. I know you guys are seeing the back of my head.
Yep.
I'm always farting around with these
I know.
damn ribbon tails. All right. Is it up far enough? We all do it. We all fart around and snip and clip and... But anyways. That is another cross wreath. Now you could do this on a... It doesn't even have to be. You can do the same kind of thing on a small, a large board as well. Or even a tree board. If you're using just greenery.
Let's fuss them again.
Well, that's what we have to do. Is this one gets...
I know, but then you're gonna finish fussing with it, and then you're gonna turn around and go, okay, so that's it for tonight.
There.
And no one really sees it.
Ah. That's pretty. What do you guys think? Is that...